Hulk Hogan, who's back in the political zeitgeist thanks to his appearance at the RNC. Well, coming out of that, he's now doing interviews and he's doing events. And on Tuesday night, he decided to physically threaten Kamala Harris while also making racial slurs against her that also don't make any sense. Take a look.
You want to get crazy? You want me to throw more beers out? You want me to body slam somebody? You want me to body slam Kamala Harris? I said you want me to body slam Kamala Harris? You want me to drop the leg on Kamala? Is Kamala a chameleon? Is she Indian? Okay, I like it. How? I'm gonna get heat for that one, brother. That was not me, that was the beers talking.
Okay, so he's getting a crowd of almost entirely men to chant that he should body slam Kamala Harris. I'm saying it out loud so that he will hear it and hopefully begin to pronounce her name correctly, but I think that that's probably off the table at this point. He then mocks Native Americans for some reason. And in the context of he's apparently accepted all of the NABJ stuff from Donald Trump that she became black or something. So all of this is weird and violent, and this is what you get. You elevated this racist relic of a previous time, and now he feels emboldened to do what he does, and this is what he does, Francesca.
Yeah, no, just like, even he was like, I'm gonna get heat for that. It's like, yeah, not really for anything other than the fact that it's the year 2024. All right, like if you don't know how to be minimally respectful to people like of South Asian descent, like who are you? Like you don't pretend like you've never met an Indian American. Like shut up, right? He knows that. But again, he is a relic from the past, and then there's people in the audience that are like, well, yeah, say it, because truly, like MAGA represents their own ability. Like all they think that like woke is them not being able to make fun of your race, ethnicity, or gender, or sexual identity. Like that for them is like, that's what their Supreme Court is trying to defend and effectively has. But I mean, it's just sad, John. Like you see the other side and they are absolutely weird. I know you covered Mike Lindell and Matt Walsh going on undercover, looking weird as hell, accosting children.
We didn't yet, but that is going on, yes.
Yeah, like you're just like the other side in the face of so much excitement, some policy proposals. Like I heard a whisper of maybe Trump's gonna introduce his own like economic plan that is more than just we need to get rid of travel size Tic Tacs. I haven't seen it yet, and so in lieu of that, there's just like, yeah, there's just weird crap happening. And this is another example. And honestly, like that just doesn't appeal to anyone who isn't like a 13-year-old living in a 65-year-old man's body.
Exactly, 100%. It makes them excited. And I guess for Hulk Hogan and for Donald Trump, like, I don't know if they're really trying to expand the electorate. I think that they're just trying to have some good times while they can. And they are super weird. Well, why are Matt Walsh and why are they here? Mike Lindell, by the way, came in and I recognized him immediately despite him shaving his mustache. It's not the disguise he thinks it is. And he proceeded to do maybe 4 straight hours of interviews right there.
Oh my God.
I don't know if maybe he thinks because he saw us at the RNC and hung out by our booth that he should just do it here, but you don't work with us, dude, go somewhere else. But anyway,
that is so funny. You should like a little yellow jacket around your picnic and like, or just like that dude that like one time you invited to like a party with you and now thinks they're your best friends. Like, hey, what's up?
Exactly.
Like, no.
And Rudy's apparently here, but I haven't seen him yet. I want to thank him for the COVID. I do want to fact check one thing from Hulk Hogan, and not just that he was attacking Kamala Harris for being Native American or something. He said at the end of that, I'm gonna get some heat. It's just the beers talking. I want to fact check that because many of you know that Hulk Hogan became famous in wrestling, primarily the WWF at that point, but he was in WCW and WWE. He was actually fired after a racist outburst was caught on tape. And here's part of what he said. He was talking about his daughter Brooke's sexual partners, and he said, I mean, I'd rather, if she was gonna F some N-word, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot-tall N-word worth $100 million, like a basketball player. And then he proceeded to say, I guess we're all a little racist. Effing N-word. So when you go on a racist rant, your takeaway should not be, this is a problem for all of us. No, you're the one doing the rant. And maybe he was drunk there, but I don't think it's the beer. I don't think the racism was in the bottle. I think the racism was in you. You drank the beer and then felt freer to let it out. I think that's probably what's going on, Francesca.
And let's never forget that then he and Peter Thiel, he used Peter Thiel money to sue Gawker Media out of existence. Yeah. I believe in part because of this, but maybe their coverage of something else. I'm forgetting now, and I apologize. But
it was like a sex tape that they had released or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And look, I'm not saying like sex tapes should always be leaked, but you don't sue like a small like. You like suing them out of existence is just very funny, like so sort of ridiculous and sort of spelled the end for a lot of like alternative news outlets trying to do similar coverage. And Peter Thiel now is currently backing obviously JD Vance and Donald Trump. So he continues behind the scenes.
100%. And we occasionally get people to say, hey, you do garbage people of the week. You should do something more positive. I just want to briefly mention our dragon of the week, who I'm gonna say there's a lot of potential candidates for that. I'm gonna say Gus Walls for his reaction to his father's speech last night.
Oh my God.
When he's standing up and he's like, that's not. And it was just such a great family moment. And I just love it. I know that there's right wingers who are criticizing him for like being a man who loves his father. Like, hey fellas, is it gay to love your dad? But anyway, and like showing emotion or whatever, but a lot of people, I think,
what they're saying.
Yeah, it's well, and again with Tim Walz like hugging his wife, like, "Hey fellas, is it gay to hug your wife?" They're very weird people on the other side, but like, it's just you cannot do that and not have it reflect a lot about the relationship you have of being proud and feeling a connection. And I don't want to take it negative, but can you imagine one of the Trump boys honestly doing that? Like Eric be like, that's my dad. No, never. It wouldn't happen because they don't have that sort of relationship.
No, they live in fear of their father. And the only time I remember Eric Trump crying, and I truly have this clip on my desktop, was when during the inauguration of Joe Biden, and he was just like, oh my.
I don't remember that. That's funny.
Yeah. Like, take care of my sticker collection underneath the Oval Office desk, like that. That's the only time he ever cried. But oh my God, Gus Walls, like just the pride that he had in his dad was so sweet. You're like, oh my God, family goals, like family goals. Like John, you and I have families, family goals.
I know, like if we ever ran for something, and like, if it was you, if it was Karina, like I'm like, or if Raina did that for me, like I want a ball right now, and that's a hypothetical I just invented that wouldn't even happen for 20 years. I already love it. So I love Gus. And like, again, we're not gonna go on like a long range about this or whatever, and it sort of plays into something I've been talking about on the show for a very long time. I love the not really stated sub theme of the DNC, which is, oh no, you guys think you know what masculinity is, or you think you have some sort of like patent on masculinity. No, there's a different sort of masculinity. Okay, you can be strong and you can be protective, but you can also be empathetic. You can be all of these things, and like you have Tim Walz and what he is, and you have like Wes Moore looks like he could body slam Hulk Hogan, and I like seeing that. I want that to be normalized.